Okay, so breaking the fast according to John Rose, the John Rose method. I've never tried this. I watched the video 2-3 weeks ago and I said that's the way I want to do it, because you guys remember the first time I broke the fast, I didn't do it right. I did start it right by doing watermelon, but then I immediately followed it up with mushrooms and guacamole. That was a big mistake. And then I started having salads. That was a big mistake. A lot of people make the misconception they're going to break the fast with salad or smoothies, and that was what I thought I was going to do too, until I watched John Rose's video breaking the fast, and he says it like this: any fool can go on a fast, but it takes a wise man to break it correctly. And when I heard that, I kind of took offense by it, because I felt like he was talking about me, that I was being the fool. Now that I can stop and reflect on it, I can think, yes, I was a fool. I broke my 100-day fast with watermelon, which was good, and then I followed it up with mushrooms and guacamole, which was bad. Because the reason being, because they're very dry, they don't have a lot of water in them, so they're going to get, trapped in your digestive system. Your system hasn't digested anything in 100 days. This time around, it's been 44 days. A little secret I didn't let you guys know, people in the Juicing for Health group, they know that I went on a 30-day juice fast. As soon as I got back from Hawaii, I lost about 16 pounds. After that, I was watching a lot of John Rose videos, and he was talking about the Master Cleanse. And for those of you who don't know what a Master Cleanse is, it's basically a bunch of water with maple syrup. Huh?
Do you want to make some?
Oh, I'll make one dinner.
Okay. A
bunch of water with maple syrup, lemon juice, and cayenne pepper, and that's it. It's supposed to be 2 tablespoons maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1/8 of a tablespoon or 1/10 of a tablespoon of cayenne pepper for 10 ounces of water. I was making 30-ounce jars. I was putting 6 tablespoons of each and a whole bunch of cayenne pepper. I fell in love with cayenne pepper. We'll talk about that later. Right now we're talking about this. But this is how we're going to break the fast this time. You want to break it with juicy, watery fruits. First is going to be a laxative fruit, prunes. He also mentions you can try persimmons, because those are very similar. So we're going to do, for the first 2 days, well, he says you can break any fast in about 6 days. And that's the hardest part of breaking the fast, is waiting those 6 days. Because once you've finished your fast, you just want to eat, right? And he says the hardest part for people breaking the fast is they don't break it the right way. And the reason that happens most of the time is because somebody walks into the room with a pizza. Very funny, or sense of smell can get us in trouble. And I can relate to that, because I have broken a 21-day fast with pizza. And I was fine, but it's not the right thing to do. So this is the right way to do it. You can break any fast in 6 days. You take that fast, you divide it by 4. So if you were to fast for 4 days, you would take 1 day to break it. If you were fast for 8 days, you take 2 days to break it, and so on. 12 days, 3 days, 16 days, 4 days, 20 days, 5 days, 24 days, 6 days. And he says anything above 6 days, anything above 24, you don't need to keep going, adding on days. He says you may need to go 9, 10 days. Some people, if you go like a 100-day juice fast. If you go a 100-day juice fast, he said the maximum it's going to take you maybe like 9, 10 days to break the fast. Okay, so the reason why we're doing it in 6 days is because we can break it up easily. The first 2 days are going to be laxative fruit, prunes, in the morning. 8 ounces of prunes and 16 ounces of water. And that should flush right through you, because it is a laxative fruit. Should be about an hour. It flushes through you, and you should see it coming out. So I'm going to lay out 8 ounces of fruit, 8 ounces of prunes. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What?
You didn't zero it out.
Oh yeah, I didn't zero it out. My bad. 0. All right. 0. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 prunes. Let me wash my hands. Prunes, okay, in 16 ounces of water, 2.5 cups. So we're gonna just dump these in here and pour the water on top and let that soak overnight. The reason why you want to let that soak overnight is it can soften up and it could be real. Then it'll be really easily digestible once you eat that in the morning. That's going to be your breakfast, okay? And then you take that, you divide up, you figure out how many calories that was. I forget how many calories he said that was. He says, and then you continue with the juices. You're not stopping. That's the hardest part about this is you're still juicing. You're not stopping your juicing. You're not eating any regular food. That's your one meal for the day. You can have one meal. That. And then continue with your juices. I'm going to have maybe 3 more juices for the rest of the day. And that's day 1 and day 2 of breaking the fast. Day 3, you can add a juicy fruit. He mentions watermelon or mango. He says basically all fruits are juicy. Oranges, apples, pears, plums, you name it. Papayas are all juicy, so you can have any fruit. One meal of a juicy fruit. So one meal, and then continue with your juices.
On the 3rd day, you don't do the plums.
And you should no, you don't do the plums on the 3rd day. Prunes.
The prunes.
You say you should see everything coming through you. The prunes come through you. That's fine. Your digestive system is working. That's a test. That's a test that your digestive system is clean and everything's coming out. Day 3 and day 4, you should see the mangoes and the watermelon coming out. That's another test, second test. Make sure everything's flowing through you fast and easily. You're not clogged up. If the stuff isn't coming out, stop. Don't continue. Don't eat any food. You're just going to clog yourself up. Okay? Go back to the juices. Go back. You need to do a little more maintenance. You clean yourself out more. Okay? So, and then the 4th and the 5th day, 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th day, it says you can have two juicy fruit meals. So, and then with the rest of your juices. And then on the final day, I guess that would be day 6, maybe even day 7, I don't know. But day 6, you could go ahead and add in a salad for your dinner. The last meal of the day, you can have a salad. So have your juicy fruit, and then the last day, day 6, have a salad. And you should see the salad come out a lot different than the fruits when you're eliminating. And that's how John Rose recommends breaking the fast. And he says after that, you're fine to go ahead and start eating, your normal food again. He says at this point, your system is clean, everything's coming out good. You should you should know your system is clean. And at this time, you want to test out. If you all wanted to have a lot of bananas, have a lot of bananas. Don't start with the bananas. That's another mistake I made. I started with banana smoothies, and bananas don't have a lot of water, so they're not flowing through you real easily. So we're gonna let that sit overnight, and then we'll have that for breakfast. All right. So that's the John Rose method, breaking your fast. I wish you guys luck with breaking your fast. I don't want to wish any pain on anybody. I did experience a lot of pain after I finished my 100-day juice fast. My intestines were really full. Now that I know, they were clogged. he says you can undo the good work that you've done through the fast and by eating properly right after the fast. So good luck to you guys, and I hope nobody has to go through what I went through after I broke my 100-day fast. A lot of pain in my intestines. It eventually went away. I'm still here, still breathing. So do things the right way. Try this method out, and wish you guys success. And I'll see you guys when I'm eating these. Never had them before. Hopefully they taste good. We'll see. Okay, so now that the prunes have been soaking overnight, we're gonna take the cheesecloth off, rubber band, and looks like they're pretty soft now. I mean, they're all mixed up with the water. So that's gonna be my breakfast right now. First meal I've had in 44 days. Right. Let's start with the water. See how that tastes. Oh, that's heaven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You should do little bites, no?
First solid piece of food. 44 days. Here we go. The water really softens them up, breaks them up easy to chew. They almost like melt in your mouth. It's good though.
Well, it should be easy to digest.
Yeah.
It's nice.
They fall apart. They melt in your mouth. Your water. He mentioned it. This might be hard for some people. It's a lot of food. Especially if you haven't had anything in a while. For me, it's been 44 days. I haven't had any solid food. This is a real treat, though. This is enjoyable.
Sounds good, actually.
You want to try some?
It's okay. Have You're okay? Give me enough peace.
Yeah. Good? They don't look good, but...
They're very soft.
Hopefully these should be coming through me in about an hour. It's 7:47. Yeah, I feel a little stimulation already.
I was gonna say that. I was like, I think I gotta go. No.
Nah, just a little stimulation.
I was just saying.
It is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Not that I'm full, it's just... They tasted good at first. They're not tasting good anymore. That's one of the things that John Rose was talking about, having mono meals. Have a bunch of grapes or a bunch of watermelon or a bunch of, fruit, mangoes, avocados or whatever, just one of the same thing. Is you eat until it stops tasting good. Don't eat until you're full you eat so it stops tasting good, and that's how you know you've been you've been satiated. That's how you know your hunger is gone, because it doesn't taste good. But when you mix foods, you don't ever get that, because you're constantly mixing. You're having a little bit of this, you stop, you have a little bit of that, you stop, you have a little bit of that, you stop, and you don't get that satiated feeling because you're mixing foods.
That makes more sense.
One, two, three, four, five, six left.
You're gonna eat it all.
It's a challenge. Here's to breaking the fast the right way. And I'm glad I'm doing this on a Saturday where I didn't work today. I'm getting tired of prunes now.
Why don't you have the liquid?
Which is like what?
Water.
I almost don't want to eat these last three. I will, but I'm not really full. I'm just sick and tired of prunes. He mentions that for some people this is too much food. But not me. Oh, the sweetness of it. It's like killing me now.
Really? You're all loving it a second ago.
I was.
That's crazy.
Last one. It was like man versus food challenge.
There you go.
Get it down, get it down. Last one. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Whole lot different story when you saw me eating those mushrooms and guacamole. Those were good. Those I got full and I didn't want to stop. They were so good. This is a whole lot different story. Oh. Ooh. Okay, now the water. Water's good. Woo! All right. Got it down. 7:40. What? 6? I thought it was 7:47. 7:47. We wait an hour. See what happens. This should come out of me. This is by the way laxative fruit. So we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck. Waiting. So making my juices for the day after I had that prune breakfast, and good news, exactly 1 hour later I had a bowel movement. So I guess, you know, things are moving. I'm pretty clean and things are moving out as prescribed. Making a green juice. I'm also going to make a carrot and apple, and then I think I want to make a vegetable juice, V8, and maybe an orange orange juice. And that's going to be my food for the rest of the day. So this is breaking the fast. Breaking the fast is still juicing. Okay, it's not going out and get a pizza. Alright, make another one. Juicing away. Carrot and apple. Carrot and apple.